What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing a massive transfer update. Before we crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then subscribe. We're aiming for 15,000 subscribers. We are less than 600 subscribers away now. We've got daily Manchester City transfer updates coming from January 1st throughout the winter window too, for everybody to look forward to. So if you want to stay in the loop with everything happening with the latest Manchester City transfer news, then subscribe. Don't forget also social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up on this video if you do enjoy this video. Aiming for 300 likes, so any help towards that again will be much appreciated by me, and most importantly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. Now, firstly, we've got a big shout out to Asim Mustafa, who is the latest JSGC member. Your support by me is much appreciated. If you're wanting to become a member, get a shout out on a video, and access to the latest custom stickers and emojis, as well as priority access to some of my videos, then just press that join button next to the subscribe button. That will make you a JSGC member. So let's crack on with this video. Let's start off first with some contract news. And it's good news with regards to John Stones. Now, the Daily Star's been reporting Manchester City want to go into contract renewal talks with John Stones now rather than later, and they're convinced that he has a long-term future at Manchester City. I, personal opinion, would still wait a couple more months just to make sure that John Stones is keeping himself injury-free. If he is, I'm happy with the form that he's showing for him to be offered a new contract at Manchester City, and it is really good to see. Like I said though, I just want to wait just a couple of months just to make sure he's staying injury-free, he's over his little injury crisis, and we do have prime John Stones back. Then I'm happy for him to be offered a new contract. Boy, does he deserve it. Now, moving on to the outs, we've got an update on Eric Garcia, everybody's favourite player. Now, Arsenal apparently are wanting Eric Garcia. They want to have a look at trying to sign him. That's according to sources close to Arsenal. What I don't get is why Eric Garcia would want to leave Manchester City to go to Arsenal. Doesn't really make sense. He will end up at Barcelona. I'm convinced of that. Fabrizio Romano, he's reporting that Eric Garcia now confirmed has an agreement in place for him to go and join Barcelona. The question now remains, will Barcelona agree a fee with Manchester City in January for Eric Garcia to join Barcelona in January like Barcelona want? Or will they fail to agree a deal, in which case it will be a pre-contract agreement for Eric Garcia to join Barcelona in the summer for free? That remains to be seen. Now, moving on, we've got an update on Jayden Braaf. Now, the Daily Star reporting that Jayden Braaf, he wants to leave Manchester City, and he's found out, or it's been reported anyway, that he wants to go and join Borussia Dortmund in the summer. He's down the pecking order at Manchester City. He's unhappy at not being called up to the City first team squad. City are unhappy with Jayden Braaf's attitude. Clash of personalities happening here, and so Jayden Braaf wants to leave, and seeing his future lies away from Manchester City, and wants to go and join Borussia Dortmund. If I'm completely honest, if doable, I would like to see City sell Braaf in January. If Dortmund want to try and sign him, then that could happen. City could use Braaf in the summer if we want to make a move for Haaland as a make-weight for that deal. Like I said though, at the moment it's Braaf wanting Dortmund rather than Dortmund wanting Braaf. But any updates on that, I will give it to you first and fast. And lastly, in the outs, we've got an update on Phil Foden. Wanted to address everybody on this. Now, the Mirror have been reporting, it's also been reported by the Telegraph, that Real Madrid want Phil Foden, and they believe that they can offer him more minutes than Manchester City. Now, to me, this simply is not true. Phil Foden, he's homegrown by Manchester City, not just in England, but he's homegrown by Manchester City as well. So Man City will not want to lose Phil Foden. So it would cost Real Madrid a lot of money, more money probably than what they can afford. I mean, Jack Grealish, for example, Aston Villa put him on a new deal and wanted more than £80 million. Phil Foden is a younger player than that, holds pedigree at Manchester City. City will be wanting more money than what that is, and I don't see Real Madrid paying that for a player that is so raw and young as what Phil Foden is. Phil Foden's a Manchester City fan. Why would he leave? The rumours are he's growing frustrated, not getting more minutes, even with David Silva leaving. Phil Foden needs to be patient. I'm not too sure what the game is here to try and push the issue here. Phil Foden will get plenty of minutes this season. If Phil Foden wants to stay in the Manchester City squad and starting game after game after game, he needs to be putting in impressive performance after impressive performance after impressive performance. And doing that means getting goals and assists when you're playing in an attacking role in the Manchester City squad. And Phil Foden, to me, hasn't done too much wrong at Manchester City. He's just a young player that's learning and developing. And in my opinion, he's developing very nicely. So this story doesn't make sense. I just sense that the newspapers and the journalists are just stirring things up a little bit here. I'm waiting to see if there's anything more concrete on that. If there is, I will bring that to you. But as far as I'm concerned, fake news as it is right now. Moving on to the ins. Firstly, we do have an update on a new name. Comes in the form of Riqui Puig, or Puig. I have no idea how you say his name. The player that plays for Barcelona. You know who I'm on about. Anyway, BBC have been reporting that Manchester City want to keep tabs on the young Barcelona midfielder. Barcelona want him on a new long-term deal. However, with interest from Manchester City and Bayern Munich, he's considering his future. He plays in central midfield, can cover all across the midfield, from defensive midfield through to attacking midfield. To me, I feel like we need a defensive midfielder more just to help cover Rodri, because I reckon Fernandinho will be leaving Manchester City, and because of that, I think defensive midfield would be a higher priority for Manchester City. I know City could well have a look at more attacking, more offensive players in midfield, and possibly look at two central midfielders. It would make sense to sign a player that can play all across the midfield. However, we've already got players like Ilkay Gundogan that can already cover in that. Kevin De Bruyne can do that as well. Doesn't really make sense to me to go and sign a player that can do that, but rather have like-for-like replacements of players. And if it comes down to it, I'd like to see two central midfielders signed. One, a defensive midfielder that could come in the form of either Zakaria or Douglas Luiz, both realistic transfers, and then go out there and go and sign an attacking midfielder if we're concerned about creativity and we want to use Bernardo Silva more as a winger rather than a central midfielder. Then go out there and go and sign a new creative midfielder to go and help with the gaps there, and also help with Phil Foden's development, which I know a lot of people are going to say Phil Foden needs the minutes, don't sign anybody. However, Phil Foden's a young raw player. We can't just be going ahead with playing players out of position to help cover with Phil Foden. City like to have two quality players for each position. At the moment, City have 5 central midfielders. We play 3 in midfield, so we don't currently have 2 in every position. With Fernandinho leaving, that's going to leave us with 4 central midfielders, so that's where we're at. Personally, Husamawa would solve a lot of problems at Manchester City, but I've mentioned that plenty of times, no need to go into that again. Now moving on, left backs, let's speak about that. Sam Lee, he's been reporting Manchester City, they're looking at left backs in January. No names mentioned. Theo Hernandez, his name I've heard been chucked out there, he's having a good season. Nicolas Tagliafico of Ajax has also been mentioned as well. I find it very interesting though that Manchester City are indeed looking at left backs. It will though need Manchester City to sell before they can sign. The same stance as what we had in the summer. If City were to sell a player, more than likely Alexander Zinchenko, if that happens, City could well be in the market for a left back. If that is the case, things are going to get warm in January, and I will keep you up to date with that, like I said, daily Manchester City transfer updates. Now moving on to the next target, Fabian Ruiz of Napoli. He's been linked. Napoli, they're willing to listen to offers to him according to CalcioMercato in Italy. He's a 24-year-old central midfielder. City are believed to be in the market for a central midfielder, and City's name has been chucked out there. However, I'm not too sure I see Manchester City negotiating with Napoli once more. Failed with Jorginho. We also failed with Kalidou Koulibaly as well. Not too sure I see City dipping in for Fabian Ruiz. However, I do think he's a good player if City wanted to pursue that, and I won't have a problem with that. It's all about negotiations, and I don't see City doing that anytime soon. So instead, we're going to move on. David Alaba, this is getting very interesting. BILD in Germany reporting Alaba's agent isn't in contact with anybody, including Manchester United or Manchester City. Keyword, yet. Okay, but he is open to talks in January for a move this winter. City, if they want to sign Alaba, can put him on a pre-contract agreement. I imagine Bayern Munich will want to sell Alaba on a permanent basis this January so they can get some money for him and him also off the wage bill as well. Problem is age for David Alaba and also wage. Apparently he's wanting roughly more than £300,000 per week, which is not normally how City do their business, with Alaba getting no younger either. I'm not sure. City, though, apparently want to sign a centre-back in the summer. Also having a look at left-back. Well, Alaba can cover all them areas along with defensive midfield as well. So, yeah, there we go. We'll see if City make a move. I don't think they will. That's my personal, honest opinion. Now, moving on to our last story. Our last story comes in the form of a small Lionel Messi update. Now, he's been speaking to the press, I think, back either in Spain or Argentina. I'm not too sure which. But I'll do a little summary of that anyway via what Hagrid FCB has been tweeting on Twitter. But he's reporting that Lionel Messi won't be making any decision on his future in January. He will not leave Barcelona in January. Lionel Messi will only make a decision on his future in the summer. June 30th, 2021, when his contract is up, is when Lionel Messi will have a decision on his future. He will not speak with any other club. He wants to speak with Barcelona once they've got a new president down. Like I've said before, it's more likely now, in my opinion, Messi signs a new contract. However, if Messi decides he wants a new chapter in his career, he said that he would like to move to the United States of America to go and play some football over in the MLS. City have New York City Football Club as part of the City Football Group. City could well put Lionel Messi on a short-term deal at City before him heading over to America. City have put that proposal forward in the summer, so if that's what Messi wants, we'll see. Messi is speaking with Pep, but not on a more regular basis as what others have been reporting. We'll have to wait and see what Lionel Messi decides on. When we do get a decision on that again, I will bring that to you first and fast. So there we go, that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a thumbs up on this video if you did enjoy this video. Aiming for 300 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say with regards to these transfers. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. On that big push towards 15,000 subscribers, we're doing daily Manchester City transfer updates too from January 1st, so if you want to stay in the loop with the latest Manchester City transfer news, then subscribe. Social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And we'll be back again tonight for the live watch-along game of the Everton versus Manchester City game in the Premier League, so I'll see everyone again tonight. If not, I'll see you again for other videos. We've got plenty more videos coming out. JSGC is 4 years old today, the channel as well, so it's the birthday of the JSGC channel. Having so much fun. Thank you everyone for the continued support. Long may it continue. I hope everyone is safe and well. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been JSGC. No, this is not a Manchester United top, it's an Adidas top. Peace. Ciao for now. I know what the comments are like.